Good morning, I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. As you know, over at priceofbusiness.com, we are just about daily adding new articles on timely topics with interviews of business folks who are out there making a difference in their economies and their worlds. And we just recently did a interview with Nic Mayne. He's out of Alberta, Canada. His company is really involved in, it's called Mayne Marketing. It's a full-service marketing agency, marketing clients throughout Canada and the United States, as well as in Europe and Asia. We asked him recently to talk about the subject of cold calling, and he brought some interesting insight that I wanted to share with my audience today. And I want to welcome to the program. How are you today, Nic?
Doing well, Kevin. How are you?
Doing fine, thanks. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
I'm the principal at Mayne Marketing. We're based out of Alberta, Canada. We provide search engine optimization, social media marketing, link building. I'm also the author of Market Me, which is a book along with some of the other brightest minds in marketing, going to be coming out in a couple weeks here.
Yeah, very good, very good. And tell me what your niche is. Tell me about your unique niche.
We focus a lot on legal marketing. We help a lot of attorneys. It's kind of an area that hasn't been focused on in the past a lot. I also work with a lot of oil companies, being from Alberta, so those are kind of the two areas I focus on most.
Clearly, looking at this article, and again, you can find it at priceofbusiness.com. It's really relative. It's new. Look at under in the contributors section. Looking at this article, you guys are definitely geared towards small to mid-market business. Talk about that.
For sure, yeah. Just being in the market that we are, majority of the businesses we work with are bringing in, $1 to $5 million or less. So we're working with a lot of businesses that don't have, a huge sales reach. They're continuously looking for new contracts and new clients. Just being in a smaller, area market, that's kind of what we work with.
Yeah, very good. And is there a particular reason why you like that market?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a particular reason why we like that market. That's just what we've been forced to work with. So. But it is nice because that's the kind of business we are as well. So it's easier to work with a business like yourself when you're marketing because you utilize the same tactics that you're using with your own business, and you can kind of test out strategies on your own website, on your own print marketing before you use it with a client. So,
yeah. So very interesting. And you said you like lawyers, you like working with lawyers, and that is an untapped market. It's one of those fields where it's almost like marketing is beneath them. It kind of undermines. They're not as bad as doctors, but they can be like doctors. I think here in this country, the ACA, the Obamacare, has forced doctors to become a little more innovative, even more so than lawyers. But what are some of the other industries you like? Do you like working with other professionals, the accounting fields and the medical fields? Tell us, kind of give us a better feel of your demographics.
For sure. I like to work with anyone who's in a non-traditional marketing field. So I really like to focus on those who have traditionally used print marketing, phone book marketing, cold calling, that type of stuff. Kind of bring them into the 21st century with SEO, with search engine marketing, with social media marketing, with link building, that kind of thing. So anyone in any of those markets, that's who we focus on for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about cold calling. That is the reason why we ended up interviewing you over at priceofbusiness.com. Again, I want to encourage the listener to check out that article. What about cold calling? What's your thoughts about that?
Well, obviously, nobody likes cold calling, but when you're in the smaller business market where you're constantly seeking contracts, you just sometimes have to do it. So I think that the focus then should be not on, do I cold call or do I not? You're going to have to anyway. So then how do I make cold calling better? How do I make it more targeted? How do I make it more successful?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so do you do much cold calling in your business?
I do. I do a lot of cold calls, phone calls, emails. I get a lot of lists. I get a lot of leads from people. And I have a responsibility to follow up those leads, as the sales team does. So, yeah, we do a lot of cold calling too, especially people like lawyers who, they may not be seeking out our services. We kind of have to convince them that they might benefit from having them.
Yeah, yeah. And with that, how do you get the attention of the people you're trying to engage with through cold calling?
I think one of the keys is to really find something that you can connect with them on. When you start a cold call or an email, I think a lot of people just start selling right away. They have their pitch, their generic pitch that they give to everyone. I think it's key that you find something to have a conversation with someone about. Either one of my go-tos is, hey, I have a client in your industry, and we've done this for them. For example, for a lawyer, I'll say, I've been working with this lawyer in this state. We've increased their web traffic by 1,000%. I'd love to do something similar with you. If I don't have someone in their industry, maybe I have someone in their area. I have someone in Alberta, or I have someone in California that I've worked with in the past, so I think we can be successful in an area like yours as well. So those are a couple of things I try to do. I just try to find a connection beyond the cold call, just to make that distinction between you as a salesperson and the common telemarketer. You want to demonstrate some value to the person on the other end of the line.
Talking about cold calling, so you try to build relationship where it doesn't exist, rather than just try to focus on what you have to offer. For
sure, yeah. I think you got to demonstrate value, but you also got to make that personal connection. A lot of people are just going to see you as a sales pitch, an empty sales pitch. You want them to see you as a person first, establish that connection, and then show them how you can demonstrate value to their business.
Yep. How large is your organization?
Sorry?
How large is your organization?
We've got about 10 clients, and we try to keep long-term relationships with them. We usually work with them, every day or at least every week on marketing strategies, and then we take on contracts as needed. We'll have anywhere from 2 to 10 contractors on a project at a time. So we really fluctuate with how big our business is, depending on the projects that we currently have.
Yep, very good. Thanks so much for being with us. You got a website you want to refer to? Yeah,
you can find us at www.maynemarketing.com, MAYNE, or on Twitter at Mayne Marketing.
Very good. Thanks so much for being with us. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. I am Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business.